Welcome to QNC After Dark. We are going to discuss the penultimate episode of Dragon of Icespire Peak.
And the wigs are off.
Yes.
You're a monster.
This has been so intense. It snatched out the weave.
Yeah, that's it, man. Done.
Oh man.
I love your hair, Julie.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so I have to ask James, is this map in the module?
No.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this nonsense.
Yeah.
Look at this nonsense. Look at
Good
this.
job.
You think
Nonsense.
you think that the original creators of a beginner module would put their players through this kind of hell?
Yes, because
Why not?
I've played the other one, not Dragon of Icespire Peak, but
Fandelver?
Fandelver. They had a shitty, stupid map there too.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna
You're
say.
forcing us into close quarters with breath weapons that crush us. This is
Close quarters, breath weapons in an environment that we don't know, and the dragon does.
Oh, we're just gonna
We're
shatter.
dead.
We're just gonna shatter his ass. That's all there is to it.
How much
Hey.
health left do you have?
Do you actually have
all come
James.
together. And how much damage did it do?
44
22.
for me?
44. I mean, but that was based on rolls, I assume.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have an actual map that you've created for this then?
Of course. Good job. Thanks.
Nicely done.
Very
Nicely done.
clever, sir. Very clever.
It's right here.
That's crazy.
I was like,
At some point, I was just like, James is just making this up as he goes. There's a left and a left and a right.
And I was hoping there would be a map like on
Yeah, I kept checking.
I kept checking this.
You were cheating, is what I'm hearing.
No,
Put on roll 20. That is not cheating.
cheating. It's not cheating. I was hoping that it would just get incrementally.
Oh, you
shown.
mean on roll 20? Oh, gotcha.
Ah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a map on roll 20, that is
Yeah.
not cheating, and
No,
there's
no,
explorer's
absolutely.
mode.
yeah, no, I mean, like, I learned this when Tiana ran Ghost of Salt Marsh.
Well done.
When you put a map in front of a players and they begin to explore it, it becomes a video game.
yeah, that was.
And
Well, I mean,
yeah.
that's true, but the flip side of it is when there isn't a map, it is really easy to get turned around.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Yeah.
we have our map maker, Ingwa.
Right. Well, I mean, so
Map
it,
Ranger.
Mac
He's a
maker,
ranger.
make me a map.
it's
Show
really,
me the path.
it's
So
really
just
hard. It's
in
really
the
hard to
trap.
balance.
Yeah.
It's really hard to balance when you're dealing with exploring this kind of twisty turny terrain.
Yeah, and to that, I mean, like when Matt asks, is like, does it feel like we're going in a circle? Of course, I'm gonna let you know, like, depending on the role, if you are going in circles, because then that becomes then it becomes part of the game of like,
Right.
I'm using my stats to figure out, because like I do want to give
Sure.
that sense of winding lostness, where if I put a map in front of you, it'd be like, oh, we've explored this 10% right here, and then there's this other 90% that we have to like go all the way around, and I'm like, I want to give that feeling of being lost.
That's
Well, but I
true.
do, and it did.
It did.
But I do
It
love
does.
this moment too, because then I was able to kind of, because actually before, I mean, I'm sure we all do this, but like before this, I researched mountainous ranger type things, like in order for the character. And so now that we're in the mountain and we're actually doing this, I feel like there's been very few times where Inkwa has really actually been like, what does it smell like? What does it taste like? What's the air quality? That, that kind of thing. So I actually am appreciative that this moment he's able to actually be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to pick up on all of the senses,
Mm-hmm.
figure out where. Yeah.
I will just point out, James, though, this is still a video game. It's just an older video game where they didn't make the maps. You had to make your own back in the day, you youngin.
No.
Oh,
Oh, this is cool. I mean, I like the being able. We got like trapped behind all these ice sheets
Why
and
did
trying to
that
figure out how to
happen,
get
though?
through them, and
Mhm.
kind of cool.
that's what I was confused. Why did the ice come up to protect you guys? That's what seemed
All
strange.
the-
No, I think he's trying to make
Because-
us.
Well,
Go
no,
ahead.
because Carvane was doing a breath weapon on you guys, and we just happened to be along the side wall of that, where it like threw up the wall of ice. He didn't know that necessarily that we were there.
You were there,
Right.
which is something to actually think about. He only knows currently of the 4.
I
that
mean,
were.
maybe he
Well-
doesn't know that there are two groups at this point. I guess we'll have to find out.
We could.
Either that or he was
split up.
trying to cut us apart.
You guys could be bait.
Perfect.
Okay, sounds good.
No,
That's
no.
Yeah.
As
Oh,
when they
man.
said Tim is the middle finger. No.
Oh, man.
Dude,
It's crazy.
I hope the Reavers have something because we're going right into a death trap right now.
Well, also they haven't been very helpful.
They're not supposed to be.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, and it's
What is the point of bringing in 5 NPCs if they're not going to be helpful?
yeah, and for me, it's the weird balance because I was like, oh yes, because that was a loose end for me. It's like, oh, let's bring them in, and then I brought them in, and I was like, shit, it's the end.
yeah.
I don't want to take away from your story, so
No, I don't think it will. I mean, we having somebody to back us up and everything would be nice.
I mean, no, we really are in like the perfect death trap. If we are all together and we are all like, that was the thing where every single time we fought the dragon, I know at least from Tim, it's like spread out, don't be together. And now it's like, we're all going to go in the same tunnel and we're going to stay as close together as possible. And it's going to breathe ice breath on us. And it's like, oh, we're totally screwed. So
But we literally can't do anything else because we don't know the environment. We don't have it mapped out enough to know what circles around and what doesn't.
I'm honestly, it might be worth it for Tim to burn some spells and just run through the area.
Which
Hmm.
area?
The
run
area.
The map?
Try to map it.
And if we want to use, how long do the cards last as well?
So yeah, that's another balancing thing I was gonna ask probably Thomas after this. Because I know ones donated by Patreon last for the month, but do ones in game just last the game like inspiration?
Well,
No.
does it
How
really
long does the speed boost last for?
Oh, you mean like that? Oh, that lasts until the end of combat or one round.
Okay, I mean, either
So-
way, I would have 10 minutes, or I might burn multiple expeditious retreats and just tear through the area.
through the end of, I mean, Dragon of Icefire Peak at this
Yeah.
point?
Yeah. Cool.
Guys,
Okay.
it's over. This is crazy.
Oh.
Not over yet.
Aw.
Not over
Well,
yet.
one
Not
more.
over yet. Not
Almost.
over yet.
It doesn't feel like
No,
the
but we
end.
only have like 4 hours left of the game.
It doesn't take
Yeah.
that long to TPK.
Oh gosh.
Just saying.
That would actually be that would be very satisfying, wouldn't it, for all of the viewers to just be like, oh, TPK. I'm just kidding.
Should not be
Oh,
going
I'm
in
just like-
there all. Both Nick and Tim are completely opposed to this plan.
What would you have us do? What would you have us do?
Find a safe place and Tim will go on his own, or if there's someone else as well who thinks that they could, like, I can get away from it, and as long as I have a spell slot, I can take the ice.
Yeah, but then
I
what?
feel like this week we are going to be
Then get
busy
out.
on the chat trying to strategize.
Like, yeah, if I find it and I can't, I mean, there's one or two things. I find it and it's like, I might just, if it's close, if I was to run in and just come across it, start wailing on it and be like, get down here.
But do you think though, because like if Cryovane's in this enclosed area, I feel like Cryovane, the breath weapon, is very powerful. But
Yeah.
right, but the thing is the other times, like Julie said it earlier, he's escaped every time.
Yeah.
And in this type of an environment, I don't think the flight option is out. Like he'll be stuck. He's like stuck.
Well, but this is his lair. He knows every
It's
way
true.
in and out.
And I'm sure we'll get to like the base of it, and then James will say, and as you enter, you see that you're in a giant domed environment. For some reason, an ancient
Yeah,
Borg
giant dome, and look,
civilization.
there's an exit right up top.
Exactly, with an exit. Do you remember when you got destroyed by spell plague? It's like that environment. I'm like, oh, gotcha.
Oh,
Cool.
dear. Well,
39
do it, though.
games of playing with me, and Matt's just like, yes, I know all the ticks.
I know exactly what's going to happen. I should have been watching you actually instead of everyone else right when I did that to perceive if you were like.
Yeah, watch him. Yeah,
That's
Ian.
insight,
exactly.
not perception. It's insight. It's
Fine.
Oh, inside. Thank you. I'm still a newbie. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you also lost your sending stone, so no more splitting the group unless you want to.
We did.
Oh,
Oh, we
we
did.
can
We
only use
didn't
it.
lose it, but we can only use it once a day because I looked it up and was like, shit, these aren't like walkie talkies.
Because I think we
They're
were
a one time a day thing.
as walkie-talkies earlier in the campaign. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Whoops.
It's okay.
I wasn't gonna rules lawyer it, but Tiana did for me.
Thank you.
I don't think I did that one. Someone else I think Nick pointed it out.
Oh, Nick.
Ah,
lawyer.
Nick.
Ruin everything forever.
God, you're such a teenager. You ruin everything.
He's lawful. He's just lawful. That's all there is to it.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Here we
one
go.
more
Last
done.
one.
Uh,
Get 3 hours of combat.
yeah.
oy.
If
And
we
this
can
one
just-
won't end in a stalemate. Something's got to die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We got this. We got
current
this.
situation favors Cryovane over us. So if anyone's taking bets,
I mean, I've also given you 5 companions. Hopefully, they're not shit like the rest of them.
You're rolling for
The
them.
beginning.
you're rolling for
Oh,
them?
Whitley will be like, I got you guys these red shirts. I think they look better on you than black.
Your new name is Ensign Ricky. Your Ensign Steve. You're amazing.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, folks,
All right.
final one. We'll see you all for that next Monday. But until then, much love.